11. So question 11, I will do the recording now. I hope everyone have finished the last 3 questions, the table contingency, which is not very difficult. So I share my screen now. So here talk about the 3 clock XYZ. They are all processing the invoice. Then the total invoice by X 300 processed by Y clock 300, clock Z 400, so altogether 1000. Now, not only that, there are 2 groups of invoice, error, non-error. So you can see that each clock has very little error, 6, 15, and 12, total 33. Non-error, most of it, invoice no error, 294, 285, and 388. So the total here 967. Grand total also will remain the same, 1000. Make sure your total column and row is the same. Okay, so one sample from the 1000 invoice selected. So calculate the probability for all this. Okay, now last week we actually learned how to use symbol. So today we are going to emphasize one more time. So prepare by clock Z. You never mention whether got error or no error, so we just write prepare by clock Z. Okay. Then content error. You never mention which clock. They just want the probability to select one invoice which is error. So you write P error. Prepare by Z and content error. Now here they give us 2 conditions there. It's a clock Z and then has error. So this is how you write Z clock N. Remember N, we use this symbol. At the same time the invoice got error. Okay, so how to choose from the table? D, prepare by clock Z given that it contains error. So given that means what? Is your condition. It's error. So remember, condition we write at the right hand side. And was prepared by clock Z. And the last one, given that was prepared by clock Z. Now the condition is clock Z. And then contain error. Okay, looks like the D and E, they shift the condition up. Okay, question 12. Talk about number of boxes. Each box got 100 tubes. So you can see here supply A, supply B, supply C. And then out of the stocks, supply stocks, the number of defective tubes is given by no defective, 1, 2, 3 or more. So you can see that supply A actually got one total here. You need to calculate out, okay? 1000, right? Supply B, total, supply C, the total. So after that, you find the grand total here. Then for number of defective, 0 defective, supply A, supply B, supply C, the total is also given by the column. 1 defective, 2, 3 or more. So the total here must tally with the grand total here. All right, okay, then your answer, one box has been selected. What's the probability that the box come from supply A? So it's mentioned from supply A. So let's say A means supply A, B means supply B, C means come from supply C. So this is how you write. B, no defective and come from supply A. So how do you write? No defective means what? 0, right? No defective means 0 and come from supply A. So you have to look at 0 and look at the A, 500 over the total. C, no defectives or come from supply A. The difference here, this is all. So no defective, 0 or come from supply A. So when you see the all means you have to use what? Addition rule, right? Remember addition rule. So probability of 0 defective plus probability from supplier A, then you must minus back what? 0 and supplier A. Because it can happen together. 0 means no defective and it came from supplier A. B, contain 1 or 2 defective. So 1 or 2 defective given the box come from supplier B. So how do you write? The condition is what? Given that come from supplier B. So your condition you write here B. Okay, and then contain 1 or 2 defective. So you write here 1 or 2 defective. D means defective. So you write here condition probability. Yeah, so you have to look at 1, you have to look at 2. You have to combine these two total. And then you write down the formula, divide by the probability of condition, which is PB. Yeah, right. I think question 13 also same. Talk about written and oral communications. Okay, it can be good or poor. Written also can be good or poor. Right, this is our total here. So answer A, B, and C. Now, part B, they ask, is it mutually exclusive? Part D, is it independent? I think we have done that, right? I'm sure you're able to answer, explain how to prove mutually exclusive. Intersect equal to 0, right? The probability cannot happen together. How to prove independent? To prove independent, two events happen together, you can write PA times PB. If you prove left and right not same, then not independent. Okay, so can you prove good oral and good written? So you, let's say A is a good oral, B is your good written. Can we prove P good oral and good written equal to probability of good oral multiply probability of good written? Okay, prove left and right. Right side times equal to the left, then you can say it's independent. If not same, not independent. Okay, how about mutually exclusive? Remember the two events cannot happen together, right? So PA and B, the probability is equal to 0. So if you prove probability for good oral and good written, you can prove equal to 0, then mutually exclusive. If not 0, then not mutually exclusive. Okay. All right, that's all. So we go to the Jamboard now. I hope everyone understand. We just quickly go through, see some answer from those already posted there. Brian, which one? The first one or the second one?
The both is the same one.
Both is same, okay. Question 11 done already. Is it? See here? Question 12. All right. So whose answer is this?
This is mine.
Explain now. What's A? Supplier A.
Wait. A is
Supplier A.
supply A, yes.
come from supplier A. So supplier A, how many? 1,000 out of, what's the total, everyone? What's the total? 2004, is it?
Yes, yes.
B?
B is no defectives and come from supply A.
So
So it's 0 and A. 500
how many? 500 lah.
500 over 2,400.
Everybody okay? Look at the 500. Look at the defective. Look at the supplier A. Column 1, row 1. So 500 lah. Okay, C.
C is no defectives or come from supplier A.
So we use this all. Oh, why you get this? What is this?
I just add out the column 0 and the row A.
Okay, those of you who understand this, you follow this, or you do this way, you just make sure your answer is correct. Is the answer correct?
Yes.
Okay, those who use the addition rule, PO how many? 14,200, 1420.
1420.
20 plus PA 1,000.
1,000, yes.
Then you minus
500.
500 divided by total. You get 1920. Yes, right? So I think we use addition rule more understand. I'm not sure why you added all this. Maybe correct also lah. I didn't go and really check. So
Because I see the table.
Yeah, I know. That's why those of you who want to use add it up, make sure it's correct lah, the concept. But as I said lah, addition rule is more appropriate. Okay, D. 1 or 2 defective given that supplier B. So 1 or 2 defective. How do you write? Okay, you split them lah. 1 defective and supplier B is the condition divided by PB plus probably 2 defective and the supplier B is the condition. Is the answer correct? Yes, right?
Yes.
Anyone of you don't understand this? 1 or 2. Actually, you can pick the 1 or 2, add it up, the total for 1 or 2, and then you intersect with the supplier B. Then you divide by the condition B. Can also one. So the answer must be the same. Okay. Next 13. Anyone post the answer already? Anyone want to post the answer? Guys, anyone from here? Just wait for your friend at home to post the answer. Anyone posting answer there? Poor oral. So poor oral means PPO. How many? $42. Over 80. Calculator. They never mention written, just mention oral. So you choose the oral 4. Total is what? 42 divided by 80 lah. So check answer. Is it correct? Is this answer correct? Okay, correct. Next, good return. Good return means what? Look at return. Good GW. Oh, GW. Look at the return. So 29. Because it never mentioned oral, just take the whole good return. 29 over 80. How much? $0.3625. Good oral and good return. So both are, you have to see the good oral, GO, and good return, GW. So here you have to look at row 1, column 1. So we take 17 out of 80 lah. Calculator. Any questions so far? Part 4, good oral or. So we have to use addition rule. Good oral, GO lah, or good return, GW. Now addition rule, so we have to take probability of GO, probability to have a good oral, plus probability of a good return, minus back both of the event, good oral and also good return. Now remember, good oral and good return can happen together, right? So you must minus back GO and GW. Okay, what's the answer there? GO means 38. GW means 29. Oh, the answer is here. Minus back the GAW, GO and GW 17. Okay, next. Good return given that good oral. So the condition is what? Good oral, GO, and then what's the probability to a good return? GW. So you can write here, probability of a good return and good oral divided by probability of good oral. Okay, good return and good oral, 17. Good oral, we have 38. So 17 over, what is that? Why 29? Okay, part 5. Given that good oral should be GO, but is this correct? Wrong, right? Brian, whose answer is this?
So it's mine.
Brian, this one wrong already, right? You see the question? Given that good oral, GO is a condition, find the probability is good return. So it should be GW and GO divided by GO.
Oh.
Wrong already.
Yes. I wrong already.
So everybody check this. Don't follow blindly. The condition right from here. Okay. B. How to prove the GO and GW mutually exclusive? So you say that from the table, no, because GO and GW actually is what? 17 over 80, which is not equal to 0 lah. So not mutually exclusive. Okay, C. Is it independent? So PGO and GW. GO and GW is 17 over 80, right? Okay, PGO, how much? You have to prove left and right is the same. GO, we have 38 over 80. PGW, we have how much? Good return, we have 29 over 80. So since PGO and good return, which is 17 over 80, not equal to PGO times P good return. Good oral times good return. See, 38 times 29 divided by 80 is definitely not equal to 17, right? So the left and right not the same. So not independent now. Can everyone? Any questions up to here? Okay, that's done for tutorial 3. I hope you all can do more questions from your past year, as I mentioned many times. I will put some extra question here in the Google Classroom after this to gather the final answer, so you all can practice more. Okay, so next tutorial. This morning, we have done the normal, last week binomial. I hope you all have done the tutorial 4 also. Probability distributions, am I right? So I just open up my screen now. So I'm not going to repeat all this. In the lecture, I have done all. Just picture the probability for binomial. You know the two outcomes, success and failure. Total must equal to 1. This is the formula. Before that, you must define your x, define your distribution. Okay. Then this is the mean variance formula to calculate for binomial. All the example we have gone through. And then make sure you remember this inequality sign. More than, less than, at least. Okay, and then for normal distribution, this morning we learned that. This is the characteristics of the normal curve. So we have this formula, this equation, but we're not going to use that. So instead of that, we break down the area below the curve to many z-score, and the total of the area below the curve is always equal to 1. Okay. So if the question is non-standard, most of the questions, as I mentioned, will be non-standard. You have to change your standard. So the x will become z score, and now your mean will become 0, standard deviation become 1, and from there you can start to use the normal table. All right. And this morning we have do some quite a number of exercise. How to look through all this. Find the probability for the Z right hand side, left hand side, between one positive, one negative, between two positive, between two negative. So you must make sure which one minus which one. Okay, reminder, our normal curve always give us the probability shaded outside. It doesn't matter whether to the right or to the left. So that means even though your Z score is negative, doesn't matter because your Z here no negative one. You just read the value of the Z. Most important is the probability is given outside. So anything inside, you must take 1 minus it. Okay? This is very important, the right side and left hand side. So once you're clear with this, as I said this morning, most question you get a Z score, you want to find the probability, no issue lah, because the table, we call it this table 1. Most of you can do this question. You get the Z score already, right? Then from the value you change, you get all this probability. But the second type of the questions, which we managed to discuss a bit, you are given the probability. You have to find back the Z score. The table 1, usually you are given the Z, you change the Z up, then you find the probability. This one no issue one. Most of you can do that. The second type of question, this is the one problem because you don't know whether your Z is positive or negative, and also you don't know how to write, is it more than or less than. So for the second table, this morning I mentioned this is all your Z score. So you have to find all this Z value, given that the probability, the alpha is a probability. Okay, so you have to decide whether positive or negative lah. Okay, this morning we have done a few examples. I think the second type of question we have done this lah. Have you managed to try the other question? This one? How many of you have done this? Because halfway we stopped, right, due to technical error. I'm not sure how many of you finished it lah. This one also. Come back for lecture lah. Right, I think can do one, no issue. So if no issue, we go straight to tutorial 4. Okay, can the Jamboard link ready? Ryan?
Yes, I sent the Jamboard link in the chat.
Which one? The third one?
Third one. Latest one.
Okay, let me read the question first. Now, it's already given this binomial, so you all know what to do lah. But in the exam, it won't tell you one. So you have to think if there's 2 outcomes, if you're sure the event got 2 outcomes. Let's say here, what is the outcome? Have notebook or notebook? No notebook lah. Either yes or no. So these are the 2 outcomes. 85% means what? The P is what? 0.5. So we have to define your X as what? Number of household. Read the question lah. Household in an area that have a notebook. Okay, so you define the X already. P 0.85. What's your N here? 6. So we write the X here, distribute as binomial. N is 6, P is 0.85. Okay. All right, so find the probability exactly 4, at least 4, at most 5, between 2 and 5 inclusive. What's the meaning between 2 and 5 inclusive? Okay, exactly 4 means what? X equal to 4. And this at least means what? 4. How do you write? More equal to 4. Remember the inequalities? More equal to 4, at least minimum 4. So our total is what? 6, right? Total is 6 household. So more equal to 4, then how do you write? You calculate the 4, put into the formula. Then you calculate 5, because more equal to 4, so start from 4, then 5, and then one more, 6 household. So you added up these 3 probability, then we give you the answer. Okay? All right, and most 5, maximum. So cannot be more than 5. How do you write in symbol? X less equal to 5. You cannot be more than 5, so can be less, cannot be more. Maximum 5. So you write X less than equal to 5. Now, are you going to calculate less than 5 means from 0? Don't forget, from 0 means no household, plus 1, plus 2 household, plus 3, plus less than 5, plus 4 household, and including 5. Are we going to calculate one by one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, repeating formula. We are not going to do like that because there are so many times you have to repeat. So what's the shortcut here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Altogether, how many? 6, right? So we take the shortcut. Remember, 1 minus probability x more than 5, which is what? See, this is less than 5, but we take 1 minus more than 5. More than 5 means 6 up. 6 household. Okay, this will give us the same answer. So you only calculate one time, you put the n 6 up, x also 6. Then you take 1 minus, total minus this one, the balance will be the same as total from 0 to 5. Can This is the shortcut, you have to learn how to use that. Between 2 and 5 inclusive. So how do you write? 2 and 5 inclusive, inclusive 2 and 5. So you have to start from what? 2, 3, 4, and plus 5. Any questions? Exceeded 4 means more than 4 lah. This one no equal. More than 4 means 5 and 6 lah. Fewer than 4. Fewer means you use what? Less than 4. So this is the table again. You're not sure, you can always check back here. Fewer means no equal sign. Same as less than. So fewer than 4 means we take 0, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, less than 4 means 0, 1, 2, and 3. Or you can take shortcut formula also can. 1 minus 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 is actually calculate from here. Is it 4? Okay, 5 and 6, you add one more. Then you take 1 minus them. It's the same as less than 4. Okay, but question 2, I think you all can do it. Question 3 also. Okay, so I think you all can read from here, 10%. This is your P. N is 10 production. Employee is selected on the absenteeism. So what is the random variable here? Random variable stand for what? The RV. So in this case, what are we talking about? Let the X, remember the X? So in this case, X is what? Production employee absent from work. This is our random variable. So we want to know how many employees absent from the work. Can Then the X distributed as binomial. If the N is 10, the P is 0.1. No? Okay, then answer B, C, D. Is the random variable discrete or continuous? Why? Now remember, this morning I repeat, binomial must be what? Discrete, right? Right? Normal, continuous. So in this case, binomial must be discrete. Why? Because you're talking about employees. Employees is a human being. Employee cannot be point form, right? So why? So you say employee must be integer. Integer means discrete. So we have to use binomial. Can? Right. C and D you can answer. Mean using NP. Variance using NPQ. Standard deviation means you take the square root of variance. Okay, question 3 also do the same. E 0.2, you have N is 10. So you define your X as what? X distributed as binomial, 10 and 0.2. So answer this question. Part B, 1,000 samples selected. Find how many sample exactly two or more, part 3 more than. Actually, 1, 2, 3 is from here 1. Whatever probability you have here, you multiply with 1,000. So the probability multiply the sample. Then we give you the total of the sample. Actually, exactly 2 defective. Same as this one. The probability you get it from part 1, part 2. Then you times 1,000. Then we give you the actual sample. And the part 3 more than 5, but at most 8, you can get it from here, right? So again, the probability multiply 1,000. Then you know how many sample. Can? All right, so we only have 3 questions. I think we can go to the Jamboard now. Can Fo explain question 1D? 1D? Which one?
Yeah. Question 1.
This one? Is it?
2 and 5 inclusive.
2 and 5 inclusive then? What's the word inclusive? Including.
Between? Or including, you mean 2, 3, 4, and 5?
Including 2. So you start from 2, 3, 4, and 5.
5. Okay, thank you, sir.
Including, so start from 2, 3, 4, and then including the 5. Okay, all right. So any more questions from others? You don't have, we go straight to the Jamboard and finish it before we go to the normal. Okay, whose answer is this? Just explain now because I explained the question already. So whose answer?
Mine, sir.
Okay. Proceed.
So the variable is let X be equals the number of having a notebook out of 6 households. Then X B and n equals to 10, p equals to 0.85.
Mm.
And the first question, they want probability that the number having a notebook is exactly 4. So equals to 4. And use the formula and get the answer 0.1762. Then B at least 4, then is 4 until 6. So add up the three of them.
Mm.
And I
So
get
everyone calculator,
zero.
everyone calculator, add it up. See,
Then C is they want at most 4, so less than
5, at most 5.
at most 5. Sorry, less than 5, and 5 including 5 .
Mm.
So to be easy, then use 1 minus more than 5.
Mm.
So get 0.629.
So more than 5, everyone, it's only 6, right? Because we have 6 bar. So more than 5 means only calculate one time, not the 6. So 1 minus it. Shortcut formula. Lah. Okay, D.
And D they want 2 until 5. Between 2 and 5.
Okay. 2 including,
Oh yeah. So I just minus the 0 and 1 6.
everyone, you see, the question asks from 2 to 5 inclusive, right? You add it up, this 4 probability. Is it the same as 1 minus 0 minus 1 minus 6? Whatever is not here is what? 0, 1, and 6, right? So you minus, take the shortcut formula. You think the two answers is the same? It must be same, right? So do you think we need to do shortcut like this? I find it, you do 3 times here, then you take 1 minus it. It's almost the same as you do 4 times, add it up. So whether you do shortcut or not, up to you lah. For me, I will calculate 2, 3, 4, 5. Lah. Anyway, two answers must be same. You can try and see. Those of you who want to use shortcut, then you take 1 minus the 0, 1, and 6 up. Whatever is not here, you have to minus it. Everybody clear? Oh, okay. All right, E.
E they want exceed 4, so more than 4. Add up, then I get 0.7765.
So more than 4, 5, and 6. Huh? Okay, last one.
Fewer than 4, so less than 4.
Now you see, fewer than 4 means 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, and 3. That's the 4. So actually you can take 1 minus 4, 5, and 6. 4 you already done here. 5 and 6 you already done here. So you take 1 minus this 3 number, we give you the same as 0, 1, 2, 3. Try and see. So you want to do shortcut also can. You want to take 0, 1, 2, 3, add it up also can. The answer must be same. Yeah. So it shouldn't be a problem lah. Binomial, I think everybody can do it. Okay, question 2. Any volunteer? No answer. Anyone post the answer? Have you all done or not? Done already. How about those at home? Anybody have done? If you're done, then why not answer here? Someone can post answer. So none. X equal to 0. None, right? Out of the 10. So what's your formula? 10 C 0 P power 0 Q power of 10 minus 0. Okay, what's the answer? Compute the mean, variance, and standard deviation. Okay. If no question, I go to 3. Okay, whose answer is this? I want to explain. So this is your X RV. Yeah, want to explain your answer? Where's the X?
X is M P.
Number of votes.
Number of.
Effective out of 10 votes. All right, this is your X, right?
Yes.
Okay. Part 1.
Part 1 is equative 2. So X equal to 2.
So part 1 exactly 2. So 10 C2 P power 2 Q 1 minus P 1 minus 0.2 0.8 power of 10 minus 2. This is your answer, right, everyone? Okay, part 2. 2 or more. How do you write?
So is at least.
At least 2.
At least 2.
2 or more means 2 equal, then bigger. So everyone, make sure in the test or whatever, your inequality sign very important. If you don't put equal sign, it's more than 2. Means you start from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you put equal to 2, you start from 2. See the difference there? Oh, you start from 2 to 10. Very long, right? So we do the shortcut. When you do the shortcut, actually it's 1 minus less than 2. Because it starts from 2, 2 to 10. So only 0 and 1 you don't take. So you take 1 minus less than 2. Less than 2 means 0 and 1. So you take 1 minus it. You only calculate 0 and 1. 2 times only. Compared to, if you calculate from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, how many you have to calculate? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 times you have to repeat. This is very crazy already by the time you finish. Press the calculator. So the shortcut is 1 minus 0 and 1. This one. Less than 2. So you only count 0 and 1. Then take 1 minus it. Any question from anyone? Okay. Last one. What's the meaning? More than 5, but at most.
So is 5 between 8?
So start from there.
6, 7, 8.
6, 7, including 8. The meaning at most means what? You see the table, the inequalities table. At most means including 8, but cannot be more than 8. More than 5 means no equal sign. So start from 6. Don't start from 5. You start from 5 means you add one extra term. The answer will be wrong already. So start from 6, 7, and then don't forget including 8 because of the word at most. So here no shortcut. You have to count 6, 7, and 8. Add it up. You check the answer already. All correct, right? Anyone at home have problem? Okay, so these are some of the tutorial questions which I believe everyone have done. If you want more practice, you go and find your. I think the Google Classroom got the past year question already, right? You know, your Google Classroom got past year question. Anyone don't know where to find? Okay, all right. So you can discuss with your group member. Okay, next question. Now you have to calculate part 1, 2, 3 probability already, right? So part 2, we continue. 1,000 sample taken. So of 10 votes each. So how many of these samples will be expected to contain exactly 2? From your part 1, the probability to get exactly 2 is how much? 0.302, right? Right. So you want to find the how many sample. So what do? You take the probability, because we know the probability to take one exactly defective is 0.302. So it's 2 exactly. So you times with 1,000. Then we give you how much? 300. Here's the answer. On next page. So part B, more than 2, right? What's the question here? At least 2. 2 or more. The probability we have is about 0.6242. So it times 1,000, about 624. And then the last one, more than 5, but not more than 8. And most 8, 0.0068. The 64 times 1,000, you have about 64. Sorry, about 6. 6.4 means about 6 sample. Okay, so the next time when you see the question asked, they give you how many sample, maybe 10,000, 20,000, and then they expect you to calculate the actual amount. So what do? You take the number given times the probability. Simple as that. Okay, we go straight to question 4, normal. This morning we learned normal. So I'm not going to repeat in Gabi because the question is already posted here. So I will use this question straight away. More convenient. Okay, same thing. For normal distribution, we have to define your random variable. And then you distribute your normal, mu, and sigma. Standard deviation, don't forget. Then you square it. Okay, here it's mentioned here. One particular firm order receiver follow a normal distribution. You see, the question mentioned follow a normal distribution. So we know it's a normal. Don't use binomial. Okay, the mean is what? 103. So again, this is non-standard. Standard I say this morning must be what? 0, and the standard deviation must be 1. Okay, A, calculate the percentage below 120. B, over 92.75. C, let's answer A and B first. Whose answer is this? Can you explain?
Mine, sir.
Brian again.
Yes.
They ask you to present everything. Okay, explain.
The variable is let x equals to amount of orders received. Then the mean is 103 ringgit 60 cents. Is it? Yeah. Then 8 ringgit and 75 cents is the standard deviation. So the question asking the percentage of orders will have amount below 120.05. So I use the formula mean minus x minus mean divided by standard deviation. And I get 1.88, and less than 1.8. They want the area, so the proportion. So I use one. No, I when I see the table is you get the right side of the 1.8. So I use 1 minus the right side one to get the left side.
Okay, good. Wait. Okay, everybody. So you define the random variable. You define the n mean 103.6 standard deviation 8.75 square. So A less than 120.05 ringgit. So this is non-standard. Change to Z. Remember this morning I show you. So the right hand side must follow lah, minus the mean divided by the 8.75 standard deviation. Okay, so you get 1.88 lah, calculator. Now this is already Z. So you can find the probability for Z score positive 1.88 is at the right hand side, right? So
Yes.
you want less than. Now again, I repeat, the table give you the probability outside one. Shadow outside. If you look at the table 0.0301, can someone double check? But what you want is less than. So you have to take 1, putting 1, right, minus 0.0301. So that is 96.99%. Change your percentage times 100. Okay, B. Over 92.75. Ryan.
You want above 92.75, so use the formula also and get negative 1.24. So it's at the left side of the mean, negative. Then using a table, you find the percentage, the proportion at the left of the 1.24. So you use 1 and minus the proportion and get the one you need.
So can I say here negative 1.24, everyone? So left hand side. 1.24, don't care about the negative. You look at the 1.24 outside. This probability should be 0.1075. Can someone double check? But what you want is more than. What you want is the here, the white color one, more than. So you take 1 minus the whatever given the table, 0.1075. So you get 89.25%. Okay? Part C. Part C and D. This is the one I mentioned many times, A and B, you find the Z, then you find the probability. Now, C and D, they give you the percentage. See, what C? They give you the percentage, which is the probability. And you have to find what? Amount. Amount here is your Z score. Like this morning, we discussed that. So many people always have problem one. So how do you write? Remember, probability X. We don't know more than or less than. You have to read the question carefully. So this is your value of the amount. So that the probability here equal to what? 0.25. How I know? It's 25%. So next thing, this one more than or less than?
More than.
How I know more than?
Greater amount.
You all just step out me. Here, ma. Some question give you tips. Then you know. But some question you have to think one. See whether you're lucky or not. So more than what? The amount. The amount we don't know. So let's say I use Q or anything. Maybe I use S. Let S is the amount. So your Brian, what do you use?
I use K.
Use K. Any symbol, everyone? Up to you. You want to use K, S, whatever, P. So this is how you write. 25% is 0.25. So they give you this probability. Now, the next thing you have to guess your Z score is positive or negative. Remember this morning? Now, this is 0.25, very small. Less than what? 0.5. So if you put here negative, this morning I mentioned the word, you just stand back. Let's say you put here first. Then more than, more than means you have to take straight outside, right inside. So you find that this one including 0.5 already. Plus this one, definitely more than 0.5. But your probability only 0.25. So do you think logic you put negative here? Not logic. So it must be what? Here. So if you find the Z score here, then you want to be more than, so here right? You shade to the right side, and this is possible because this is a small area. The probability can be 0.25. Anyone don't follow? First step must write correct. The probability percentage and larger or lesser. Because if you put wrong here symbol, those of you who write less than, what happened? Their Z will be here. See, not negative already. If you know it's more than because of the word greater, then your Z you know is positive. This area. See or not? So the next thing is change this to standard X minus Z, blah blah blah. So this one K minus the 103.6 divided by the standard deviation. Give us by 0.25, and this is the value of the Z must equal to 0.6745. Anyone don't know how to get this? Is it the table 2 given? Table 2. Where's the table 2? 0.25. Can I show my screen, everyone? For those of you who still, or those of you who missed the class this morning, I show you this table, right? The table 1 and table 2. So just now I mentioned, if you are given the percentage probability, you have to find the Z value, right? Then you use table 2. So 0.25 is where? See this one? What is the Z value? Four digit, 4 decimal point, 0.6745. They don't tell you whether positive or negative, huh? They only tell you the value. The negative, positive, you decide yourself. Decide wrongly, salah. Decide correctly, rumah. Anyone still don't understand? I hope everyone know how to use this table. Huh? Okay, I go back to my screen now. This is how you get 6745. So you do mathematics times plus. This is the amount that you must have, so that if the random variable more than this amount, you will get the 35% order. Any questions from anyone? Okay, good. Very quiet. All right, let's look at the next question. Above what amount? 90% order. So how should you write? Above means what? More than or less than? More than. What amount? Again, we let something S ke, K ke, T ke. Amount of what? Order. Amount lah. Okay. So X more than K. And what's the probability here? 0.9. So again, this one change to what? Standard. Z. This one also have to minus. Okay, so now you have to decide your K is positive or negative. This one is what? 0.9, right? More than half. So if you tembak, let's say here, more than, you must shade to the right? More than. Is this logic 0.5, 0.9? Not logic, because this is already more than half. So here, if you put here, definitely wrong. Clear now, everyone? Because you already know this is more than above. That's why don't put the wrong inequalities. Okay, those of you who say negative side. So more than, we take this side, right? So this one already have certain probability, plus this one 0.5. So it's possible 0.9. So very sure the Z must be negative. Okay, Brian, your answer? Use K again. So above So x more than k, 0.9. Again, calculator, from table 2. Remember just now I showed you the table 2. You get here 1.2816. Is it double check? Is it correct?
0.1. I use
0.9. Oh,
because from the K,
yes. Now,
Can you-
0.9, is it given in the table? No.
no,
Table don't give 0.91, right? Everyone? Yes, I want to explain this a bit. Because you know this is 0.5. This one, 0.1. And the last one here, 0.1. All together must be 1. So your normal table don't give you 0.9 already, right? Right? What's the maximum normal table to? 0.5. Oh, everyone? Can you see your table 2? The highest is 0.5. They don't give you up to 0.9. So you cannot check from table 2. So that's why Brian do correctly. I want to explain this. So you know this is 0.1. Your table give you offside y, remember? So from 0.1, you can see this is 1.2816. And then don't forget to add the negative here. It's the same, 0.1, this one 0.9. So you take this value, multiply this, plus 103.6, then you get 92.39. Here, those of you who don't know how to get this, you cannot see 0.9, you have to see here 0.1. From table 2, you get 1.2816. Am I too fast? So, past year questions waiting for you. You know what to do. I'm sure some of you already done that. Those of you haven't done, you can get from the classroom. It's this Google Classroom or lecture classroom. Okay, that is question. Is it the last one? 4. Any more? Last question 5, right? Wow, 6, 7 some more. Okay, question 5, who is going to present? Come on, we have 10 more minutes. Anyone finish, you just post your answer, don't need to wait. Yes, anyone? Or if you still time to do it, I give you time.
sir, the B, I'm not quite sure how to do.
Which one? This one?
5B, yeah.
5B.
Yeah.
Why cannot do this?
Too complicated.
Actually, not complicated. See, sometimes when we read the question, so long story, very long story, right? Then people tend to what? Feel scared. Or they're confused already with the questions. So if you read the question carefully, never mind, let's do it together. This is about manufacturing mixed chocolate. Everyone like to eat chocolate bars, right? So the mean weight is what? 110. So you let x equal to what? Weight of chocolate bar in gram. So X distributed is what? Normal. What's the mean? What's your standard deviation? Okay. A, what proportion of the bar to be less in weight? Then, how do you write? X less than 106, because less than 1. Okay, I think this one no issue lah. Oh, everybody know what to do, right? Change your standard Z already. Then from the table 1, you find the probability. Oh, so you change to Z. This one you have to minus what? 110 divided by 2 lah. Oh, now I suggest everyone in the test, in the quiz, whatever lah, in the final exam, I suggest you write down these steps. Some people they don't write anything on. They tell me straight away I write Z equal to the answer already. I say fantastic. How can you know the answer? Show the steps lah. If the marks given for steps if the examiner want to minus mark, they can do it. Since you're already calculating out, that means you already know the steps. Why not write down the steps? Fair enough. So write down the steps. What do you get here? Calculator. -2, right? So you know the normal curve. -2 is here lah. Less than means straight outside. So just times from the normal table, you get this one, 0.0. Okay, as I said, no issue lah. Part B, everybody confused already because the question is very long. So you see, the manufacturer decided to make the bigger bars. You know the chocolate bar, right? Actually got size one. So they want to make the bar bigger. What they do? Add more chocolate lah. Same standard deviation, no change. But the mean have to change. Why? Because they add in more chocolate inside. So it is decided that the cover of this bigger bar will be marked minimum weight. What do you understand about minimum weight? See, when we buy foods, you all buy fruits or buy any drinks, package box, you can see outside got minimum weight one. Have you ever seen before? Yes, right? This is called berat bersih lah. Bahasa Malaysia we call it berat bersih. So what's the minimum weight? More than or less than?
More than.
Okay, let's finish the reading. Let's finish the, don't guess first, let's finish the word. What mean weight will have to be in if no more than 1 bar in 100 is so be less than 115? So standard deviation is the same. The mean you have to find, right? What mean weight? So I continue here. You let mu1, remember I use mu1 because the new what? The new mean weight law. So the X still distributed as normal. With your new mean, now your mean is mu1 now. Standard deviation still 2 square, right? Standard deviation no change, the mean change to mu1 now. Understand, everyone? Okay, so how do you write? One in 100. What does that mean?
1%.
10% is what? Everybody, you know, right? You know, you've done so many example and so many exercise. Probability X more than or less than to something, right? This one is a what? probability percentage, right? Can you tell me what is this? 1 in 100 is 0.01. You have to catch from the sentence. If you don't catch it, cannot do it. So now you tell me this one more than or less than? What is this? Less than 115. So you should write what? So less than 115. Then from there you change your standard, right? This one have to minus the mean one, no? Fair enough? Divide by 2 lah. So this is your mean one, no? The question asking you to find this mean one, the new mean. What is the original mean? 110, right? Right? So now you want to make the chocolate bar bigger. Do you think your new mean weight should be bigger or lesser? Should be bigger, right? You have to add more chocolate. Okay, so can you calculate for me? Everyone? This is your Z value, right? So again, your Z score should be positive or negative? This one is very small, right? 0.01. Now, this one is less than. Those of you who write more than, habis already, it's allowed already. So from the table 2, this one must equal to how much? Table 2, 0.01, everyone. What do you get? 2.3263. You get the Z 2.3263. Everyone get this? Okay, so now your Z positive or negative? Less
Negative.
than. If less than, if you put here logic or not? No, because less than means everything is more than 0.5 already. How about you put here negative? Yes, less than means it's possible, logic, small area. So your Z should be what? This value, and you put the negative there. Everybody okay, this one? Table 2. So calculator, times, plus. So what's your mu one? Around 120 gram. Agree? This is what I mentioned. You want to make the chocolate bar bigger, right? You have to add in more mean, no? See, 120 bigger than 110. Standard deviation no change, but the mean is bigger already. Clear? Minimum weight don't get trapped. Minimum mean weight is what? Berat bersih. But you have to see, read the question fully. Don't read halfway. This one. Even you put here more than, let's say you put here more than, and then you calculate the mean is less than 110. Logic or not? Not logic, because you want to increase the bar, your mean should be more than 110. Correct or not? So those of you who write here more than, you calculate here wrongly one, less than 110. By right, you should get more than 110. Okay, everyone? So for the next 2 questions, you can do it, or you can ask next week if you have any problem. So all the best for your preparation with the quiz. Make sure the time slot, don't miss the quiz. Anyone cannot make it, you have to let the tutor know, sir. All right. And then next week we'll do the chapter 5, hypothesis testing. Okay, any more questions from anyone? If don't have, I will stop recording. All the best and stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye everyone.
Bye, sir.
Okay, any question you all can post in the Google Classroom if anything you want to ask about tutorial question or the quiz and so on.